One of Everton's top targets in the transfer market this summer is Manchester City player James McAtee. That is according to Miguel Delaney, writing for The Independent today. It's come out a big sort of transfer update on Everton at the moment from Miguel. He basically says that, David Moyes wants McAtee. McAtee has met with Miguel Delaney doesn't say this in the article, by the way, but a lot of other reports say that Everton have already met McAtee, but he's met some German sides as well, and is choosing which club suits him best. But he'd be a very good option for Everton, really intelligent footballer. I think he'd give, David Moyes someone in that team that can carry the ball and create things. And that's probably why Moyes likes him. He was part of the England Under-21 European Championship winners this summer as well. But he has been told that he can leave Manchester City this summer. He's only got a year left on his deal. Really good profile, good age for the player. And now it'll come down to where he wants, it seemingly, will come down to where he wants to play his football next season. So we'll find out soon, I guess, but he is one of Everton's top targets according to Miguel Delaney. Well, part of that transfer update, he's also dropped in some other names which are really interesting, I think. One of them is Douglas Luiz, who we know. Says Everton are interested in him, and on top of that, Italian journalist Gianni Balzanini even, says that Everton are continuing to work for a deal on Douglas Luiz. He says the two clubs now have moved a lot closer. Everton have got a price that they want to pay. Juventus are starting to come down in that price. It does appear that we are linked with them every single day, us and West Ham. Alan Myers and Joe Thomas today sort of said they hadn't heard anything like that. We'll see, but he is in Miguel Delaney's list, and I'm just reporting what is there. So we'll wait and see with that one. We know that he's a good player. We'll see whether there's anything in that. But a really interesting name in this is Magnus Akalushe, who plays for Monaco. Very highly rated. It'd be a really ambitious signing for Everton. He's a talented player. He's 23 years of age. Played 32 times last season for Monaco. We got 5 goals and 10 assists. Got Champions League experience. Big lad in that midfield area. I think he will be an excellent acquisition for Everton. And that will be an ambitious signing. So he was on the list, really. Again, that's an interesting one. But also a player who we've known and heard about before is Freiburg's Merlin Roll. He's another player who Everton have looked at. David Moyes was very interested in trying to get him to Goodison Park in January. That didn't happen. Liverpool have been sort of credited with an interest in him as well. He is a good player, another midfield player, can play off the striker, really tall, really talented. Was part of Germany's under-21 side at that Euro, so he's a good player. As well as him, he name-checked, and this I reckon he's just name-checked this player for me, but it is Take Fusa Kubo, the winger who plays for Real Sociedad. He is in there. He will be an excellent option for Everton. Plays on the right-hand side, quick, can dribble, score, create goals. So he's in there. That's an interesting one. He had been mentioned, of course, before a couple of times in this window, but it's good to see that his name is still in there, being considered. And then on top of that, he mentioned Giannis Vagianidis, who we've mentioned a few times on this. Those links have been going on for a couple of months now. He is, of course, plays in Greece. They are reportedly going to let him go, but there's some stories coming out of Greece that they want him for the European qualifying game first before they'd let him leave in August. Sporting Lisbon also credited with an interest in him. So I just thought that was a really, really interesting update, especially name-checking some of those players. So I hope that there's something in all of them, to be honest, and that Everton can sort of get some of those players into the squad. There'll be real quality in some of those, and it will take Everton up a notch. It definitely would. So we'll wait and see whether anything comes of it. Who knows? The quality of those players might be a reason why we haven't been able to get them over the line very, in a quick enough manner. But let's see if anything happens from there. Everton have today announced some more legends to play in the Everton-Roma Legends game after Everton's first team play against Roma in the third and final test event at the Hill Dickinson Stadium. Representing Everton, the new additions today, Andrew Johnson, Mark Pembridge, Stephen Naismith and James Vaughan. They're all in the Everton squad, managed, of course, by Peter Reid. And Fabio Capello has added to his squad Pizarro, Perotti, Lima and Tonotto. So some interesting names already there as that sort of fleshes out now those two squads, more names to be added and confirmed as we move closer. Some other club news today, there is still places left on the Everton cruise in Chicago if you're interested in that, the cruise on Lake Michigan. Everton announced last night that Seamus Coleman, Leighton Baines and Alan Irvine will be joining Adrian Heath, Dan Meese and other people on board that trip. There are tickets available, so get your tickets from evertonfc.com if you are interested in going on that cruise around Lake Michigan. It's the night before the West Ham game, the Tuesday before the West Ham game, so that makes it the 29th of July. So it should be good on that one. And finally, Everton play their second pre-season game of the season tomorrow when they travel to Ewood Park to face Blackburn Rovers. The Toffees drew 1-1 at Accrington Stanley on Tuesday night in their first game. Blackburn faced Accrington Stanley last Saturday and beat them 2-1. So it's a step up for Everton because obviously Blackburn not only are over a week ahead of Everton in pre-season preparation, but obviously a higher standard than Accrington. I'll get me words right in a minute. Higher standard than Accrington, who we faced the other night. We're expecting Jordan Pickford and Mark Travers to be in that squad. And also, I'd be surprised if Iliman and Jai and Adrissa Gana-Gueye weren't added to the squad tomorrow as well, even if it meant them just getting sort of 20-25 minutes at the end before Everton leave for the US next week. So you can check that out. It's available on Everton Plus. If you bought the two games, you know all about it. If you haven't, you're thinking of buying that game, you can watch it on Everton Plus as well tomorrow. The game itself kicks off at 3 o'clock. Ped and James will be there for Toffee TV. So, yeah, there you go. That is it for the News Daily. Oh, make sure you check out the Alan Harper Inside the Game podcast as well. Get over there, subscribe to that. Leave a comment and go and watch it. It's mainly all about Everton. Alan Harper, what a player. Key to Everton's title-winning sides in 85 and 87 and came back for a second stint under Howard Kendall in 1990 as well. So get over there and check out the Inside the Game podcast with Alan Harper. Thanks for watching and have a great weekend. See you later.